Hi, welcome to Nicci's vlog. Today, the first of what I'm sure will be many conversations about porn. Specifically, I have a completely changed attitude towards porn now I get to see the world from the girls' point of view. In particular, I was having a conversation with some of my girlfriends down in Sydney, Australia about porn a couple of months ago, and this morning I received an email from one of them giving me a link to a news.com article today published in Australia about some research that shows that porn is having an adverse effect on our teenagers. So this is the article, and I encourage you to go and see it. The headline, "Online Porn Turning Teenage Boys into Sexist Pigs, Say Their Girlfriends," is very interesting and worth reading. And what's in here, I think more worryingly, is some of the stats about how teenage boys are pressurizing teenage girls into showing or putting naked pictures of themselves up on the internet and sharing it with their boyfriends. And what they said is that 80% of teenage girls in Australia feel that it is inappropriate to share naked photographs of themselves. My worry is that means that 20% think it's appropriate. And 70% of teenage girls say that they are being pressurized by their boyfriends to share naked pictures of themselves online. So my attitude to this is fairly obvious by the way I'm presenting this. I mean, I think it's horrendous, and I think what we're teaching our kids by allowing them to use the internet as a form of sex education is horrendous. One of the things I've done is I now have a very different conversation with my teenage sons that my father had with me when I was a teenage boy. And I think that conversation needs to be that internet porn is not like real life, and that they shouldn't expect or demand sex to be like they see it online. But I wanted to point out that this isn't really my ideas. What I'm doing really is reflecting ideas that were given to me by my favourite book, Caitlin Moran's How to Be a Woman, which is obviously compulsive reading if you happen to be female, but personally I think it's compulsive reading if you happen to be male. And I am actively encouraging my teenage boys, and some of you know I'm a scout leader, so there's a fair number of teenage boys I interact with, and I've been encouraging them to read this so that they understand, you know, what it's like growing up being a girl. And maybe if we get some empathy between the two sexes, we can do something about it. So I encourage everybody to read this book. I think it's phenomenal, groundbreaking, hilarious, funny, and a massive eye-opener for both sexes. Please read the book. She's much better at it than I am. But I wanted to point out one other thing at this article, which I thought was quite interesting. I'll focus in terms, there's a little movie that plays at the top. I've screen grabbed it at the right bit. You know, the average time spent watching porn in Australia is 9.5 minutes. Obviously, there's a reason for that. I'll let you put your minds to what that reason might be. Either way, teaching boys that sex should last 9.5 minutes is probably not helpful for girls who probably want it to last a bit longer. At least that's what I think. But I'd really like to know, what do you think? So please tell me, what do you think about internet porn? And what do you think about using internet porn as a sex education class for our teenagers? Is this appropriate, or do you think there's a better way of doing it? At Nicci Take on Twitter, /Nicci Take on Facebook, or go to my website, www.niccitake.com. Love to know what you think. Thanks. Bye.